Israel for their partnership in securing the release of the two hostages. Here's a detailed report. Take a look.
Hamas terror group released a video showing release of two Americans who were held hostage after October 7 attack in Israel. Judith Raanan and her 17-year-old daughter Nathalie, who were held captive in Gaza, have now been handed over to Israeli military. They're expected to be home next week.
I'm the father of Nathalie Raanan and my ex-wife Judith Raanan. I've been waiting for this moment for a long time, for 2 weeks. I haven't been sleeping for 2 weeks. Tonight I'm going to sleep good. I spoke with my daughter earlier today. She sounds very good. She looks very good. She was very happy. And she's waiting to come home. Her mother has a little scratch on her hand, but she told me it's nothing. She's okay. I spoke earlier with President Biden. I thank him for his concern, for his helping with the release of them. And he was very, very nice. I spoke with Governor Pritzker, and he was nice, and I thank him very much for his effort. And hopefully I'm going to see them next week. Next week is Nathalie's birthday on the 24th, and we're going to celebrate her birthday here in my home.
Biden administration has thanked Qatar for its intervention.
Two American citizens held by Hamas since October 7th were released. These two Americans are now safely in the hands of Israeli authorities in Israel. We expect the team from the U.S. Embassy to see them very shortly. Over the coming hours, they'll receive any support and assistance they need. And of course, we're very anxious to be able to reunite them with their loved ones.
U.S. President Joe Biden has welcomed the release. He has also spoken to the two Americans.
How was your call with the three Americans, Mr. President? How was your call with the three Americans? Well, did Israel delay the ground invasion and so you can get more hostages out? Yeah.
The International Committee of the Red Cross helped facilitate the release of two Israeli hostages, transporting them from Gaza to Israel.
The release of the hostages in Gaza today is a sliver of hope. We are extremely relieved that the families can now be reunited after 2 weeks of agony. We continue to urge for action to protect and alleviate the suffering of all civilians affected by this devastating conflict.
The release of two hostages has given hope to families of others held captive in Gaza.
At the same time, it is critical to remember that there are still over 200 hostages, 200 hostages in the hands of vile, vicious, savage murderers and terrorists, Hamas. And we are going to continue to pray for the release of every single one of those hostages. And we pray for all the wounded. And we pray for the families of those whose loved ones were murdered in cold blood.
Israel is now making efforts to ensure release of other hostages, following which a ground invasion is most likely. Agency Report, Republic TV.